to download from the BBC.
Behind the scenes, behind the headlines. This is BBC Radio 1 Stories.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Cock-a-doodle-doo and welcome along. It's me, Rob DeBank, here with another A to Z, a slightly different A to Z. Normally we have a real live person in the studio, and I don't want to offend my guest, not calling him live or anything, but I'm kind of sat opposite a cartoon character, if you will, for the A to Z of Gorillaz.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of resemble that statement. You know, I think I don't. But I suppose you're right. I am. It's me. It's Murdoc. It's Murdoc. Did you say that?
Well,
did you say
I did. Yeah, Murdoc.
Did you?
I don't know because you've confused me already.
Oh no, but anyway, look, it's really
here,
good to be in the room with you.
Well, it's been a long time. It's 5 years you've been stuck out on your plastic beach getting things ready.
Yeah, preparing for the comeback. Yeah, and it's just kind of happened organically, like these things do. You know. Here we are, back, you know. But we were never really gone, I don't think.
Well, I mean, where have you been?
Physically, I was gone, but mentally. So actually, yeah, I was gone. But now I'm back. Yeah, sorry. No,
I'll just let you get on with the show. You carry on.
See, what this show's all about is A to Z, isn't it?
It is. It's the A to Z of Gorillaz.
Yeah.
It's a little look into your sort of jukebox in your head and see what...
You don't want to look in there. Oh, the jukebox is all right, but it's the rest of the stuff. I've got years of just lunacy and madness and demons, and you know, I suppose it helps me in the end. You know, I guess that's why I produce such great music. You know, should we H? We'll do A. We'll do A. Rob.
You take charge and tell me what you've picked for your A.
I will. I've actually picked Dr. Alimentado. That's right. It's easy for you to say.
Nicely pronounced.
No. And it's a track called "I Killed the Barber." And the reason
you can't remember the reason.
No, I can't.
Why did you pick this?
I'll tell you why I picked it, because it was Tubby Isaacs, the shellfish man, because he liked it. He used to sell me some eels and some cockles. I love a plate of cockles with vinegar and pepper. Yeah. No, actually, yeah, because of King Tubby. What's his name? Fat Tubby, wasn't it? I can't remember the guy's name.
He's dead. Give him a break.
Oh, sorry. Oh, come on. Don't speak ill of the dead. That's awful. Anyway, A is for Dr. Alimentado, and it's a track called I Killed the Barber, and I'll tell you what, it's good.
The gift of Jah is eternal life. Still down the piper's son, take the barber's life. Everyone going around saying they know who shot the barber. I know who shot the barber. It was Storm Tom, the barber's son. I didn't say.
My dream last night was about Alibaba.
Tom, the barber's son, shot the barber and away he ran. He ran away, as I would say.
Dr. Alimentado there. My brain has already been totally scrambled. We've got an hour of this fun and J-pre, so I don't know how I'm going to get on.
We'll get through.
Murdoc from the Gorillaz is here, as you may have ascertained. It's the A to Z of Gorillaz, but have you done away with the rest of the Gorillaz? Where are they?
They're around. Well, actually, strictly speaking, they're not all around. Actually, Russell's still sort of missing in action. What I've done with Noodle is created this kind of cyborg version, which is as good, to be honest. Sadly, 2D is around, and that's a shame. Although I suppose he can sing a bit, but really, it's all about me, isn't it? Well, and some of my collaborators, of course. But you know what? Well, you know what, Rob? We're looking at B now.
You're hurrying on with the show, aren't you? You don't want to talk to me.
Oh, sorry, mate. No, I don't want to talk. I'd love to talk.
We've only got an hour to get through 26 letters, so you're quite right.
There's a lot of stuff I'd like to share with you, Rob.
Just wouldn't have got sort of taken a sort of gnarly-faced punk like you to be into kind of classical music, disco, and looking down your lineup, which the listeners haven't seen yet. It's a right old veritable smorgasbord.
It's a smorgasbord. It's eclectic and electric and everything and all those other words. No, it's quite a mix, isn't it? It's quite sort of. Should I tell you what it is? It's a broad church.
It's a broad church.
I love that.
I was thinking B would be kind of Beastie Boys or maybe Bronski
not
B.
Not at all, Bronski B. That's good. Why did I laugh? What's funny about Bronski B?
A big influence on the Gorillaz, Bronski
Jimmy
B.
Somerville. Excellent. Big influence on me.
What is your B?
Right, B is for Berlioz. Berlioz.
And to the younger listeners out there who...
Oh, they'll know Berlioz. No, he's a composer. And this work actually is called Symphonie Fantastique. This music has been to the moon. Yes, no, seriously, you look very interested, but it has. It's been to the moon with astronaut Dick Gordon on Apollo 12. He was the command module pilot, and so he didn't get to go on the moon with Pete Conrad and Al Bean, who went down in the lunar module. It was the one after Apollo 11, you know, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, etc., the one everyone knows about. But Dick Gordon took with him Symphonie Fantastique.
Just to listen to while he watched the other guys jumping around on the moon.
All he could do is he heard the guys on the moon through the radio contact, but every 40 minutes or so he'd disappear around the backside of the moon, out of contact with Earth, with Houston, with all the rest of the world. He was the only person in the universe behind the moon, and he listened to this beautiful music, so you can kind of get a feel for that, you know. How lonely could you be, you know, on your own, in a spaceship, 250,000 miles from Earth? I do it every night, love.
Did anyone else believe that story or know that story? I think you've made that up.
No, I haven't. No, really, it's true. It's true. A close personal friend of mine, Dick Gordon.
You're an evil liar. 2005 was the last time we crossed your evil path since Demon Days. Where have you been? You've been kind of constructing this plastic beach. Tell us about that.
Well, the plastic beach is made up of everything in the world. Well, everything from world history, really, isn't it? You know, it's kind of underneath. But look, the majority of the island, like an iceberg, is underneath the water. That's what needs to be explained. Just a little bit of it on the top, the tip of the iceberg. So it's basically made up of everything that's ever happened in the world from all of history. It's underneath it, keeping the island, keeping it together, basically. So if you were to go down there, oh man, you know, it's a hell of a sight, I tell you.
Is it a bit like Ibiza or Benidorm?
Very
something like that?
Very similar, I imagine. Yeah, on a messy night. Yeah, and I'm sure you've been on a few of those.
Oh yes,
in Ibiza.
Moving swiftly on. What have you brought in for your C?
C is for chic.
Freak out. You freak. Say chic. Freak out. Freak out.
Is that right? Have I pronounced that correctly? Because I sometimes go chick, but actually it's not. It's chic, you know.
Have you heard about the new dance craze? Listen to us. I'm sure you'll be amazed. Big fun to be had by everyone. It's up to you. Surely can be done. Young and old are doing it, I'm told. Just one try, and you too will be sold. It's called a freak. They're doing it night and day. Allow us, we'll show you the way.
See there, Le Freak. I hope you had your disco pants on for that. Truly eclectic styles, as you said, Murdoc, from reggae
chic
to classical to disco. That's a good start in 3 letters. What have you brought in for D? This sounds slightly ominous.
Now D is for death.
1, 2, 3, now.
Death actually is the band that Mos Def, believe it or not, is making a film about. Yeah, he's actually making a film about them. They were around in kind of like 74 in Detroit, you know, big hair, all the rest of it, that kind of sound. And they had an album called For the Whole World to See, and we're going to play a track from that.
The number one biggest game is when they gain number fame. It's like a race at the top because they want to be boss. They don't care who they step on as long as they get along. Politicians in my eyes. They could care less about you, they could care less about me. As long as they are put in the place that they want to be. They're always wearing false smiles. I guess let's go with the style. Politicians in my eyes.
Death there. I like the way you said that, Murdoc. Just scaring the younger listeners at home on Radio 1. So, yeah, I mean, Most Def making a film about this band. I don't think anyone's ever heard of them apart from you, but it sounded mighty fine. Most Def also one of the many collaborators that you managed to rope in.
Ah, all of them.
How did you get Lou Reed, Snoop Dogg, Marky Smith, Mick Jones?
Isn't it? Yeah, Mick Jones, Paul Simon.
Just lots of big checks.
Large kites. Yeah, they're all slightly moody. So I wouldn't try and pay them in anywhere. I haven't told them that, of course. But it's great. I mean, it's what makes it such a broad church, Rob.
Who was the sort of best collaborator? Not
Bobby Womack.
Yeah, good choice.
No, it's difficult to say, really.
I mean, my own personal favourite's got to be the Lebanese National Orchestra for Oriental Arabic Music.
Yeah, that old chestnut.
Yeah, we haven't heard from them.
I mean, if I've heard
while.
them once, I've heard them 1,000 times. Everybody's album. No, I mean, some really interesting people. Really interesting people, you know. Sometimes, the ones that I was awake for were great. The rest of them, I was in blackout a lot of the time, but still managed to produce great music.
Okay, I've wanted to say this for a while. Give us an E, Murdoc.
Oh, hey, that's cheeky. E, of course. Who else? Edith Piaf.
Who else?
Yeah, who else is going to be E? Come on. Padam.
Padam, padam, padam. Il arrive en courant derrière moi. Padam, padam, padam. Il me fait le coup du souviens-toi. Padam, padam, padam. C'est un air qui me montre du doigt. Et je traîne après moi comme une drôle d'erreur. Cet air qui sait tout par cœur.
French chanteuse, there, Edith Piaf, truly international vibe to your A to Z.
Chanteuse, it's a good word, that, mate.
Murdoc, did you actually let 2D Noodle or Russell have any sort of say in this A to Z, or is this purely a kind of...
No. 3 times no, thrice no. No, I mean, no. You know, you'd have got all sorts of rubbish on there, wouldn't you?
What do you think they might have come
2D would have put some silly track from I don't know what, probably Mud. But we are going to come along rather neatly, Rob, I think, to F.
From Edith Piaf to the next artist.
It's a lovely little letter, isn't it, F?
It's beautiful.
This is Fela Kuti, actually, and it needs no explanation. I don't think you really do need to explain this. It is called, right, Zombie.
Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie not go unless you tell him to go. Zombie. Zombie not go stop unless you tell him to stop. Zombie. Zombie not go turn unless you tell him to turn. Zombie. Zombie not go think unless you tell him to think. Zombie. Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie, oh zombie. Zombie, oh zombie.
Bit of Afrobeat, starring the drummer of the sadly deceased Fela Kuti's band, Tony Allen, the drummer. Big friends with your best mate, Damon Albarn.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say best, mate. He's a friend, an occasional. He's what you call a collaborator, really, rather than. Did
he have any input on this new?
Not
new
really.
No.
Not really.
Just
not
dabbled.
a lot. Well, a few bits here and there. It was mainly me that got all this together. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Damon, are we?
No, we're
really
here to
not.
hear your G.
We're really not. Hear my G. And this is Go Team. You've heard of them, haven't you? Yeah? And this is a track called Everyone's a VIP. It's great. Listen to it. You'll like it, I think. This is Murdoc doing the A to Z of Gorillaz on Radio 1.
So, I wish you could be down here in the studio, gang at home, who are eagerly listening to this, the A to Z of Gorillaz, which is very exciting to have on Radio 1 with me, Rob Bank, joined by Murdoc Niccals, bass guitarist and self-proclaimed leader of Gorillaz.
It's great to be with you, Rob, actually.
It's very nice to be here.
No, it is nice to be with you.
All right.
No, it is. No, but...
Stop touching me.
No, all right, sorry. Oh, was that you?
Inappropriately.
I didn't realise that was you.
But I wish the listeners at home could be could hear the off-air banter while we're playing the records, because you've actually brought 2 or 3 choices for each letter. And
I have.
G was hotly contested between George Gershwin and
Jerry,
the Go team.
Yeah, Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, but we couldn't...
It's an all-star lineup. We could have done a show just on G.
We could.
The G of Gorillaz.
Yeah, but we're going to H now, aren't we, Rob? You know?
And you've got a couple of cheeky numbers here.
I've got a couple of cheeky little ones. Right, I can't decide which here for H. I've got Henry Mancini with the famous, the Pink Panther theme. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I think everyone knows that one.
I think everyone knows that. It's page 1, isn't it, that one? You know, it's great. That's why it's so good. Or Honor Blackman singing Kinky Boots, which I rather like. I'm leaning towards Honor Blackman, actually, if anything. But what do you think?
She's leaning away from you.
She would, you know. But she's quite an old sauce box, actually, isn't she? Should we toss a coin or something? Decide? Because I can't decide.
Let's toss for Honor Blackman.
OK. Toss for Honor Blackman. I like that.
Heads for Henry Mancini, tails for Honor. So it's tails, Honor Blackman, Kinky Boots.
Yeah, I'm glad it came up, tails. Whoop-de-doo.
There are 20 million women wearing kinky boots, kinky boots.
Puss in Boots. Footwear manufacturers are gathering the fruits.
Gathering the fruits. Kinky boots. Advertising men say try 'em.
And you all run amok like a flock of sheep to buy 'em.
Sweet girls, street girls.
Frumpy little beat girls.
Square girls, cool girls.
Sexy little school girls.
Maiden aunties. They all dig those boots.
From the sultry tones of Honor Blackman into some rude gangster rap.
Yeah, oh mate, just warming up. Yep, Ice Cube. This is going to be, it's going to be I, isn't it? You know, what else could it be? Ice Cube. And it's a track called It Was a Good Day. And it's a bit of a contrast to Honor Blackman, if you listen.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dope. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop.
Back to reality, please, Murdoc from Gorillaz, who's just going way off tangent, off air here down in Radio 1. I may actually need emergency
It's Murdoc
services.
from Gorillaz on your show.
Yes.
How'd you like that?
Can you send the police round or the men in white coats, please?
Right.
I need help.
Rob, it's all right. We'll get through somehow, me and you, pal. Jay, this is an interesting one because this is Jake Thackeray, otherwise known as Jake Thackeray. If anyone is old enough who might be listening to your show, it's doubtful, who will remember Jake Thackeray. He used to sing in a very strange way, Jake Thackeray, and he might have been on Val Doonigan's show. Do you remember dear old Val? Oh, God, dear old Val with his jumpers. Do you remember?
I do, yeah.
You don't?
I'm not trying to give away my age, but...
You're a bit too young.
24.
You're a bit too young. Anyway, this is Jake Thackeray, and it's a track called La-Di-Da.
Are you feeling a bit la-di-da this evening?
I am. Always a bit la-di-da. But Jake takes me back to some place that I like. I just, don't know why, but I just like it.
So we're nearly halfway through. Are you enjoying yourself, Murdoc?
I'm having a great time. I just need to hang on. Excuse me a minute.
Have another slurp. So the album is actually coming out. Is actually out in the shops today. It's probably cleared at least 10 million copies in the last few hours. But it's an album about, you know, it's got a real concept to it. Obviously, Plastic Beach that gives the game slightly away.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling us about this. Whether it's true or not, this beach out there floating away.
Oh, it's true.
Kind of the detritus of humanity.
It's based. Yeah, you got it, Rob. You got the gig. What it is you say, the detritus, which is a terrific word, really, isn't it? Detritus, that's where the motor industry really took hold in the 70s.
You got any detritus techno in the show later?
Yeah, we've had a bit already, haven't we? Anyway.
Moving swiftly on.
K. Who else but Kenny Ball and his Oh no, sorry, no, can't do that. Only joshing folks, but it wasn't too hard to make this decision for Kate. It's Kate Bush and Get Your Handkerchiefs Out, Cloud Busting.
But every time it rains, you're here in my head, like the sun coming out. Ooh, I just know that something good is gonna happen. I don't know when, but just saying it could even make it happen.
Kate Bush, the unmistakable tones. Where's she gone? What's happened to Kate?
Well, Kate, she once made me a pot of tea round at Jeff Beck's house. She was very motherly, actually, and I haven't seen her since. That was way back. It's just, you know, I don't know. She's all right. I think she's all right. I'm sure she's fine. You know, she's got off the old merry-go-round. You know, don't blame her. Rock and roll.
She's just got all her albums back, hasn't she?
She has. She got them all back for herself.
Yeah, went into HMV and took them all back. Okay.
She must be caked up, I imagine. She must be well caked.
On the letter K, because it's also the letter that kicks off your studios, Kong Studios.
Thank you.
Was Kong Studios kind of helicoptered out to Plastic Beach, or did you work on the? Where is Kong Studios currently residing?
There was a bit of an explosion there, wasn't there? I believe, bit of an explosion. I don't remember much about it, you know, but. Some people accuse me of burning it down for the insurance money. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, as if I would. You know. Look, can I be honest, Rob? Can I be honest on your show? I really feel like
far away.
I will. I burnt it down for the insurance money. I used the money to set up Plastic Beach. There, I've told you.
That's an exclusive, folks.
Yes.
Girls and boys at home.
Yeah, right? I'm not recommending people go out there and break the law, but that's what I did. So it's enabled me to set up Plastic Beach and produce all this, marvellous new stuff that you hear now.
Well, let's have some more wonderful music before the listeners at home turn off.
Sorry, Rob. Rob. Get a bit excited.
L.
It's hell in here, I know, mate. Oh, sorry, no, the letter L. L is the Last Shadow Puppets, right? And a track called Meeting Place. It doesn't need any explanation.
She was bitten on her birthday, and now facing the crowd, she's not. And I suspect that now forever ashamed, she came to escape his forgot. And it's a lot to ask her not to sting, give her less than everything. Around your crooked conscience she will whine.
Last Shadow Puppets there, Alex Turner and the boys. Do you even know who Alex Turner is?
Yeah, she's she's lovely. She's tall, red-headed, lovely, slinky lady. I quite like a redhead. Just a redhead. Nothing else. Suit me fine. At Easter. Thank you, then. Moving on.
It's for Murdoc.
It's for Murdoc of Gorillaz. And that's me you're listening to. And this is Monks. And a track called I Can't Get Over You.
Said to
gang. If you're just tuned in at home, you're listening to Radio 1. We've managed to lure a very special guest into the building. He's snuck in the back passage. Is Murdoc Niccals from Gorillaz.
He's just as bad, isn't he? He's accusing me of wrecking your show. Well, you never actually said that, did you? It was me thinking it. I came in the back door. Rob, I've come in the back door. Rob, come on. Oh, mate, come on, man. I don't know what... Your mind's just...
Okay, so M was for Murdoc. It could have been for Marky Smith, who... What an amazing collaborator. I read that when he recorded his song, he wanted to know where North was, so he could face North when he...
Did you hear that? Slightly... odd.
Slightly Marky Smith.
Yeah, but the funny thing was he was facing southwest when he actually did it, but he didn't realise that.
Towards sunny Taunton.
Yes, yeah, something like that. So in the end, he wasn't even facing north, but brilliant, you know, great, good to see him, you know.
Where's north from here?
It's Murdoc from Gorillaz here on Radio 1, you lucky people. And we're on to N now, the A to Z of Gorillaz. This is a track called The Wicker Man by Nature and Organisation. Now, the problem with this, obviously, I played this, or so I thought, had this on my radio show. And it turns out it wasn't the proper version. But this is the proper version, The Wicker Man.
Righting the wrong there with the proper version. I didn't know you had a radio show, so you're a DJ too.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Any old fool can DJ.
You can see that we're making an easy job of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like falling off a log.
Nature and Organisation there. Full track listings online now. Girls and boys at home eagerly listening. bbc.co.uk/radio1/stories. Yes, you can check it out.
Rob.
Where are we going?
We're him.
Well, Rob, O has to be for the only ones. Yeah. Another girl, another planet. Oh, yeah, I love this song. I wish I'd written it myself. Maybe I did. Huh, Peter Perrett. What a guy. Not as good as me, though.
Always flirt with death. I look ill, but I don't care about it. I can't face your threats and stand up straight and tall and shout about it. I think I'm on another world with you. With you. I'm on another planet with you. With you. Another girl, another planet. Another girl, another planet.
So we're down here in the Radio 1 dungeon. We've strung Murdoc up from the wall and we're pumping him for all he's worth from A to Z.
You are
having a good
pump. We're on to P. And this is my old friend Macca. Actually, is it all right to bring Macca in? Because he probably needs to...
Come in. Open the door.
Hey, how you doing, mate? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, Paul. Yeah, listen, mate. This is Macca from the Beatles. Paul,
in case anyone's unsure.
No, in case you didn't know it, we're going to play. Paul.
Yeah, what's the matter? Sorry, I'm just doing my lace.
No, listen, Paul. We're going to do you know that album that album you did, Band on the Run.
Oh yeah, that was great. Do you remember we had that sort of cover? You know, the cover with Michael Parkinson and people like that. You know, that was good. Oh, you know, it was just great. It was Wings. You know, it was Band.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Now I'm on Rob's show. Okay, can you go? Have you got 10p? Right. Okay, this is Band on the Run, Paul McCartney and Wings. Wah.
How about that? Paul McCartney dropped into the studio. What a show this is turning out to be. Queen.
Paul McCartney and Wings.
Queen.
Oh, Q.
Why do I keep saying Queen?
Well, it could be Queen. Who knows? Q, it could be Queen. It's actually not. It's Queens of the Stone Age. I think they're great, actually. And they deserve to be on this A to Z of Gorillaz with me, Murdoc, on Radio 1, BBC. And this is a track called No One Knows.
Rob the Bank and Murdoc here on Radio 1. We're coming into the final straight, Murdoc. You're doing very well.
Oh, thanks,
staying
mate. You
awake.
too, mate. Just hanging in as well. You're doing quite well. I've wrecked your show, but you're still being very polite to me.
And we're on to an art. The Stones.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones, you know. And I was around in the early days in Richmond and Eel Pie Island, you know, when they started out. And it was Brian Jones, of course, who got them all together. Poor dear old Jonesy. And they're great. They did all right. I think they've sort of drifted off a bit, but
any chance of Mick popping by, seeing as we've had so many other...
I think he's... Yeah, Murdoc. Oh, no.
Hello?
Yeah, come in, Mick, if you must. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? Doing like a radio show? Yeah, I've looked at that list of the tracks you've done, Murdoc, and actually some of them are quite good. But I've got to say, the next one is like the best one that you've chosen.
Oh, Mick, it's your band, isn't it? The Rolling
Stones? That is right. It's my band. It's the Rolling Stones. It's Dead Flowers. It's from the album Sticky Fingers. Well, all right. Take me down, little Susie. Take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, and you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail.
What an all-star cast. We haven't seen the like of it since the 70s.
Live Aid.
Since Live Aid, yes.
Yeah.
And, thank you to Mick Jagger for popping in. Unbelievable.
I haven't quite left.
Please, just leave, Mick.
I'm going. I'm off. I've gone now. Bye.
I think he has actually gone now.
Almost. I'm just going now.
Oh, he's gone. Great. OK, we can carry on
we get on with the show now,
yes,
please?
please.
No more interruptions.
Please, Rob. Get on with it. What letter are we on?
We're
S.
on S.
I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but...
It's Ryuichi Sakamoto.
It's, what else?
Another bit of soundtrack wizardry.
This is beautiful. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Tea. Fancy a tea, Murdoc?
Yeah, OK.
That was such a poor joke.
Well, I really would like a cup of tea, actually. Okay. Not a joke at all. 2 sugars, please, yeah. I like a cup of Lady Grey, if possible. That's my favourite little tincture. Right, tea for, the Eagles. Does that count? Is that all right?
Kind of.
Is that what you mean, kind of?
But it's the theme, isn't it, that you're going to play? So
well,
there's
that's
enough teas in there.
There's enough teas, Rob, to go round there, I think.
I'll give you that.
Well, thank you, mate. And
3 points.
Thank you, Rob. You're a very good man. You're a Broadchurch yourself. This is the Eagles, and it's the theme. The theme. Notice all the T's from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah.
One for the over 30s there. The theme to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy from the Eagles.
Imagine being over 30, Rob.
Crazy.
What must that be like?
BBC Radio 1 Stories.
This morning, you've got time for a hot home-cooked breakfast. Delicious and piping hot in only 3 microwave minutes.
Gorillaz are in the house. Well, one of the Gorillaz, he's locked up the rest and thrown away the key.
Quite right.
Won't let 2D Noodle or Russell in here, but Murdoc Niccals from Gorillaz is here.
Well, the best gorilla, really, to be honest.
The only gorilla.
Well, yeah, thank you,
He's
Rob.
bigging up Plastic Beach, released today in the UK. If you haven't already checked it out, where have you been?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What on earth are
do
you
you
doing?
not know about this? Because actually, the point of it is it's very good. It's extremely good.
You would say that.
Well, I would say that, but that's the truth. I mean, it actually is. I'm not BSing you.
For Gorillaz fans out there, the next thing, they got the record, they want to see it live. Very excited the other day when Coachella announced that you're headlining the Coachella Festival. That amazing, out in the middle of the desert.
I know, the California desert, man. I know, superb. Have you been?
I have.
Did you enjoy it?
Saw Kraftwerk there, I've seen Prince there, I've seen some legends.
It's a great spot, the desert. I love it, the California desert. Palm Springs.
So that's all happening in April. Any UK dates? Glastonbury, maybe?
Oh, no. Not doing Glastonbury. UK dates, Rob. Well, there are shows in the UK, and they will be announced imminently, so keep your lug holes open.
I've had it whispered in my ear that actually this week the shows are being announced, so...
yeah.
Where are we up to on our A to Z?
We are up to you, so let's do it. It's Urge Overkill and a track called Dropout.
What's the matter with you? You've been down all day. What happened to you? Make you feel that way? Baby, ain't that a shame when they call you a name? Dropping out from...
Urge Overkill there with Dropout. And straight into a V, please.
V, oh yes, easy. Violent Femmes, Blister in the Sun, cop a load of this.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one.
Blistering tune there, Murdoc. I like that.
See what you done there. See what you done.
And I can see on your little scrap of paper that you brought with you from your Plastic Beach, you had also Velvet Underground and Vangelis on there too, but you went with the Violent Femmes. Good choice.
For you, because I understand you like them.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Do you want to go to W?
So next up, an absolute soul legend, a soul classic, sings on the new single Stylo.
Yeah, right.
Bobby Womack, and I was reading it's the first thing he's done for like 15 or 20 years, and he only actually sort of hooked up with you guys because he heard his granddaughter said that you lot were cool.
Well, I don't know, she's right. I think she's right. But it was great. Bobby, what a trooper, because he was singing, I think it was for 45 minutes straight on Stylo over the sort of the bedding under loop over
backing track.
Electricity.
All the
yeah, of course. It's yeah, come on. No, he was singing 45 minutes straight, right? And he keeled over. Literally, no, he really did. Keeled over, sort of passed out, rock and roll. It's a true story, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's absolutely true. Bless him, for being such a trooper. Like you said, he hadn't done anything for like 15 years. I think he'd been to the shops. But I don't know if
You've spouted so much nonsense.
I've spouted generally.
I don't know whether to believe you.
That's true, though. No, that is actually true. You can check that with my sources.
You can check that on Wikipedia, and it's never wrong.
You can, the Wikipedia. Anyway, mate, that's, So, Bob, what we're doing for W is Bobby Womack, 110th Street. Oh, yeah.
Across 110th Street, pimps trying to catch a woman that's weak. Across 110th Street, pushers won't let the junkie go free. Across 110th Street, woman trying to catch a trick on the street.
tune. 110th Street, wish we could have played the whole lot of that. Give us an X.
Oh, X. Well, that's always
a
difficult.
tricky letter.
It is, because, I mean, what band begins with X? The Bay City Rollers, of course. You've got the Glitter Band.
Of course, yeah, a famous X
Without
band.
Gary. Just the Glitter Band. And, of course, you've got this lot, absolutely legendary, X-Ray Specs. And this track's called Germ-Free Adolescence. Yeah, and everyone remembers this one.
X-Ray Specs on the A to Z of Gorillaz. Murdoc is eager to get out back into the streets and have a beverage, I can tell. So we're going to fire
I'm all
off.
right. I'm not withdrawing just yet. I'm getting close, though.
We're going to fire off two more cheeky numbers.
We are. We're on to Y. Yeah.
Why?
Again, a tricky one, isn't it? Bands beginning with Y, but I really only came down to this one, really. Didn't take too much to decide. It's Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs, and this track is called Zero, and you'll understand why I chose this one, I think.
Shaking like a ladder to the sun. Makes me feel like a madman on the run. No, you're never far gone.
Oh no, we are on our last track, Murdoc.
I know.
I'm shedding a tear.
You just got your foot caught, haven't you, underneath the desk?
It's not my foot.
Oh, mate. You're cooking with gas. Rob, you're cooking with gas. It's all about timing, son, isn't it? Basically. Anyway, mate, we've finally reached the letter Z. Yeah. And this is
a funky number.
It's
to
a
wrap
very.
it all up.
You say funky, you're talking about funk. This is funk, big time funk. But this guy, these guys, the influence, the use of the Roger Troutman, his use of the vocoder. I thought I'll have a go at that, and I suppose it's all down to him really that we use it. Genius. This track I think we're going to hear is called More Bounce to the Ounce, and just funk it down, get funky, put your Lionel Blairs on, and just go for it. Oh.
So there you have it, girls and boys, the A to Z of Gorillaz. Thank you so much to Murdoc.
Oh, pleasure, Rob. I've loved it in many ways.
And the invisible other Gorillaz for coming down. I hope it's not another 5 years till you come back.
It might well be.
This is actually the final part of the trilogy, the Gorillaz trilogy. Is that true?
Oh no! There's going to be four albums.
4 trilogies.
Yeah, 4 in the trilogy.
It's a 4 trilogy.
It's like the Thompson twins.
Okay,
well, not.
Live dates coming very shortly for you. Go and see him at the Coachella Festival if it hasn't.
Yeah,
already
come
sold
to that.
out.
You come to that, Rob.
I will. Can you get me on the plane?
Yes, of course.
On the Gorillaz helicopter.
I'll get you in there. I'll pack you in a flight case.
Okay.
It'll be worth it when you get there.
Thank you and respect.
Love you, Rob.
BBC Radio 1 podcasts. Download them for free at bbc.co.uk/Radio1.